Hey, 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 let's talk true crime today. First off, happy Freaky Freaky Friday to everyone. You know I like to give a nickname to each day of the week. First off, I would like to thank all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate you coming over to my station and subscribing. I want to let you know that this station is just as much as mine as it is yours. So I would like for you to post your comments below. Let me know if there's any videos that you would like for me to post and react to. And since we've talked about this week Steve Shirilla and all his interviews, which kind of seem to have the same all rehearsal line and stuff, and he seems to call people who don't know him personally or in his boat internet trolls. So just for today's commentary and just my sense of humor, I'm going to go ahead and call my damn self an internet troll, right? But I would also like to know your comments below, because I think since now that my station's starting to grow some, that we should come up with a nickname for all of my wonderful subscribers. Obviously, I would not say we're internet trolls by no means. This is just me being humorous on Steve Shirilla. So, hey, buddy, if you're watching right now, here I am, the internet control on this Freaky Freaky Friday. Please let me know in the comments below, because I know like hidden true crimes with Dr. John and his wife Lauren, they call theirs Hidden Gems. And then Reporting from the Sofa calls them Sofa Squad. So I'm pretty sure we can come up with a pretty clever name for us, right? Right? How's everybody doing on this Friday? How's your work going? Let me just say mine has been challenging, more than you will ever know challenging. I woke up to 25 emails this morning from 10 o'clock last night to 5:30 this morning, and they have not stopped today. I cannot get Saturday here fast enough. So, I have found a video, and Moms for Justice is putting it out. It is called Mackenzie Shirilla said Dom had to die. Another inmate, her name is Anastasia. She only gives out her first name, and she is on TikTok. So we're going to go ahead and react to it, y'all. So let's go.
And she told me that the devil made her do it. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And she was like, the devil was pressing on my foot and telling me that Dom has to die.
An 18-minute video has now surfaced from yet another former inmate of Mackenzie Shirilla's, and she's got a lot to say. You just heard part of it, but wait when you hear the rest.
So what do you guys think? I got to know in the comments below, because here's my take on it. When you see the vehicle, she probably should be, you know, where the devil's lair is, right? Okay, so my opinion only, is that the devil didn't want her ass, okay? You know, heaven can't have her yet, or maybe not at all. I don't know. I hadn't died yet. Don't plan on it for like many, many fucking years. But it's my take on the bitch survived because the devil didn't want her ass, okay? The devil did not even want her ass. He said, fuck this shit, girl. You gonna stay on earth and get you some damn schooling and some damn manners before I come and get you. Now, that's pretty fucking sad, but I'm pretty sure that that's what the devil said. And personal opinion is, yeah, the devil don't make you fucking do shit. But I want to know about your comments below, because I kind of got like mixed feelings on this video. Plus, I've been reading all the articles on it this week, and I'm just like, oh no, she didn't. But it's all alleged.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Carolyn with Moms for Justice. I'm here with a really good video for you. There is a girl by the name of Anastasia. She has a TikTok handle of @billionaire_Anna, and she's also known as C2 Chi Simas. Okay, she is a former inmate who spent some time incarcerated with Mackenzie Shirilla. Okay, and this is at the Ohio Reformatory for Women, and has recently begun sharing her own experiences publicly on her TikTok account, and she posts prison stories and has specifically addressed the Mackenzie Shirilla case. This includes clips referencing the crash and prison tales, and her content focuses on her time behind bars. And she presents herself as someone who has turned her life around, found God, with a bio that reads, beating the odds with love and gratitude. And in this interview, it's 18 minutes long, that she just put up like 4 days ago on TikTok. It is pretty powerful. It's like, wow, like lots of stuff, chock full of stuff that I had not heard before. So I'm going to play it in a second. But what I want to say is, there are a lot of inmates that are giving their accounts on their Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it may be. I have no doubt that some of them are telling the truth. I have no doubt. But I also know how easy it would be for an inmate to have just maybe waved goodbye, in the yard with another prisoner, and knew they were there, knew of them, and then when they get out, you can say anything, right? You could
Correct. And y'all do remember the video I put out last Friday where Jess Dennison said that movie, The Crash, that came out on Netflix, is got all eyes on her, and all the inmates up in there are definitely calling home. And then they're hearing about the crash and the documentary and how much notoriety it's bringing. So, all eyes have been on Mackenzie. Again, this is all alleged. There's no facts, none whatsoever, that have been put out, but I just thought this was interesting, and so let's do it.
pretty much say anything about anybody. So I take it with a grain of salt. I leave it up for the viewer to decide if they believe the person or not. I have no reason not to believe this girl. But I do know that there are some people out there that are capitalizing on Mackenzie Shirilla and are making up things. Okay, I'm not about making up things. I'm about trying to be transparent and truthful with everybody and showing you what I find. Am I perfect? No, I make mistakes, that's for sure. But I'm gonna play this video for you right now. And
Mixed feelings. I want to hear your comments below, okay? I'm going to go ahead and give you a summary of it, because at first there were just a bunch of articles out there of this girl because she only wants her first name out. She didn't want her second name out because she didn't want to receive any notoriety from it. But now that I've ran across this video, my feelings are all over the place. They're like mixed feelings. So please let me know what you think in your comments below. But to give you a summary, this girl is saying she was locked up with Mackenzie. Mackenzie is on that K2 very heavily. I have no idea what K2 is, no idea what it does to you, no idea what it does to alter your reality, nor are there any confirmations that actually she's doing this, because this is all alleged. So she's basically saying, when Mackenzie gets on this K2, she just flies off and talks all kind of crazy shit, right? And then she's got some kind of a scrapbook in her jail cell where she's got a brick building with a sign that says boom, which I think is kind of it's disturbing, right? Because her father wore a shirt that said boom to say thank you to Crime Circus for always supporting his daughter, which if you look on Crime Circus's website of their merch, he's got plenty of other shirts that don't have motherfucking boom on it, okay? I'm just saying. So I don't know if this inmate's telling the truth or not. I don't know if they're just out here, saying, hey, there's no facts. So again, all alleged. There is no factual based evidence to say this is any type of truth. It is interesting. Again, I got to know your comments below.
I literally was watching it with my mouth dropped open. It was stuff I had never heard before. And just one thing is what I played for you in the intro here, where there is a quote about an inmate saying that Mackenzie said Dom had to die. And that's pretty compelling information. Never heard about this before, but let's take a listen right now, and we will, let me know. Comment below. Tell me what you think.
So let's just dive straight into it. So my best friend in prison, and still to this day, was Jaleesa Roberts. Jaleesa Roberts is still locked up. She's in Dayton, Ohio I'm at Dayton Corrections for women. And she was an ORW before before I left, and she did at least 2 years of my bid with me. And she was cellies with Mackenzie Shirilla in the county, in Cuyahoga County in Cleveland, because they were both juveniles going into prison. So when Mackenzie got to MCC, me and Jaleesa, that was my, you know what I mean? So she's telling me like, oh, my homegirl's coming from the county. My homegirl Mackenzie, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, what's she about? Like, tell me what's going on. What about her? And she was like, well, she's in here. They charge her with murder for vehicular homicide or something like that. And I was like, damn, what happened? And she was like, well, she got in a car accident with her boyfriend and her best friend. And I was like, damn. She was like, yeah. She was like, at first, everybody thought it was an accident, but when I was in the county with her, I knew that she did that on purpose. So I'm like, damn, why you say that?
Okay, let me stop this right here. Okay, so all the articles and news outlets that are out there before I found this video that Moms for Justice found with the TikTok, it is saying that Anastasia was locked up with Mackenzie and that she confessed to her and that she only wanted to leave her first name, and that she said, Mackenzie said, the devil made her do it, and she said that she would just go on these rants whenever she would be on K2. I read that from US Sun News. I've read it from Reddit. So looking at this video now that we're reacting on, that's not all the news articles or reports that I was reading on before I ran across this TikTok video. All alleged, though, by the way.
Because when she got into the county, like, all she kept saying is they resuscitated her to blame her for killing Dawn. Like, she just wishes that she would have died. She wishes that she would have died. So then, and you know, they was locked in tight or whatever. So I'm going to get Jaleesa on the phone so that y'all can hear everything that she got to say.
So Jaleesa, she was cellies with Mackenzie in the Cuyahoga County Jail when they were juveniles. So when Mackenzie got to MCC, Jaleesa told the interviewer that at first everybody thought it was an accident back then. But when Jaleesa was in the county with her, she said that she knew she did it on purpose. Okay? Now, this is one of the strongest pieces of evidence, if it's true. It directly challenges the accident narrative from someone who was locked up with her back then. We're talking about jail versus prison here. Okay, she was in the jail, that's where all the calls are from, and then eventually she is tried, convicted, and sentenced, and she ends up over at MCC. This girl, Jaleesa, was with her in county jail, and they were both juveniles. So, you know, it's notable because multiple people were around her in the county that immediately felt it was accidental at that time, and this lines up with some of the other evidence that's been covered regarding the jail calls and everything. So, you know, my concern about this piece of information is why haven't I heard anything about this before? So, you know, you let me know what you think about it below. I'm curious, but I would definitely love to have her on the show. And if she's listening right now, please email me at momsforjusticenow@gmail.com. I'd love to have you on.
She knows way more than me because I didn't really have no dealings with Mackenzie personally. Like, I talked to her a few times. We walked the yard a few times. But, like, if somebody's spirit don't sit right with me, like, I'm a very godly woman, and in prison, like, I was a Bible thumper. Like, I'm not even gonna fake. Like, I was in there on my P's and Q's. I was trying to do everything that I could do to get the out of there besides for snitching. I was going to school, you know what I mean? I was staying to myself, pressing my rack as best as I could, focusing on my artwork, doing like that, because I just wanted to get home. I got kids at home. Like, I don't got time to be, like, playing high school. Like, I already went to high school. I didn't have time for all of that. Like, I just wanted to do my time and get the out and go home to my kids. So I didn't really engage in too much of the prison culture. And
we are definitely going to pull up some news outlets that have been reporting a completely different story, where it was Anastasia that came up and said she was the one locked up in prison with Mackenzie, had direct contact with her, and that she confessed directly to her and said the devil made her do it. The devil was pressing down on that accelerator. She did a lot of K2. She had a scrapbook, I'm assuming, in her cell, with none of the victims or anything, but she had a brick wall with something that said boom. So this particular video that I'm commenting on right now and seeing the TikTok video, it's kind of contradicting a lot of what a lot of the news outlets put out. So I am like a lot of conflicted, because now the story's like actually changing now that I'm watching Anastasia on TikTok through Moms of Justice.
Drama and the gay for the state type. Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I'm holy, because I did have my fair share of drama. I did have my fair share of trying to find a girlfriend and do what the prisoners do in there, but it never really worked out for me. God had other plans. With that being said, so the first time that I met Mackenzie, we was on the yard, and the first thing that I noticed was her body's T. So she's not as skinny as she was like in the pictures and on her Instagram. I don't know if Shorty was doing coke or what out here, but she was skinny as a crackhead. And in jail, she got some weight on her, and she got a little thumper. She got a little ass on her. So she got a nice little shape. So that's the first thing that I noticed. I'm like, okay, Shorty body T. The second thing that I noticed is that her fingernails are chewed down to the bone. Like, I'm talking about, you can tell they be bleeding, like chewed all the way up, fingertips, fingernails, like disgusting. So I'm like, ugh. And then the third thing that I noticed is she's got like I don't know if y'all ever had a conversation with a meth head, but they got like a tick to them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got like this tick to them, and she's got that. Like, she's got like, I'm not saying that she's a meth head, but she's got like, something is off about her. Like, so it's just like, it's almost like talking to a squirrel. Like, you're talking to her, you're having a conversation, and then 10 seconds later, like, she's like, oh, blank. You know what I mean? Blanks out and not passes out. Like a medical condition, but like her mind is just not.
Oh wow, she don't have like that POTS. So I'm trying to relate with this cat, but I cannot do that because, like I say, I've never been locked up, prison. I'm not, never done no drugs. I don't understand nothing about no tick to them and stuff like that. Obviously, what she's saying right now is interesting, but now I'm really fucking scratching my head because I've been running across nothing but news outlets that are just putting out articles on this girl, Anastasia, and none of it is nowhere close to saying what I've been reading. It's just got me really fucking confused, right? Oh, and let me just tell y'all something. We have companies come in like all the time, tell us what they want us to write, tell us what their appetite is, and then they'll bring in like little presents for us, okay? Look at this shit right here. Y'all see this? Now, this is like some crazy ass shit. I walked into my business partner's office and he had it on his desk, and I said, you dressing up in some drag after work? What the fuck? Anyway, it was an interesting gift of some bunny fucking slippers. I'm not going to wear them. I'm just going to give them away to somebody that I probably don't fucking like. All right, let's go.
There.
Let's talk a little bit about these physical and behavioral observations that she's talking about here. So she gained noticeable weight in jail, referring to her as her body is T. She had a nice shape versus being skinny like a crackhead on the outside of jail. Now, fingernails are chewed down to the bone, bleeding, she said. I mean, in all the pictures and videos, what do we see? Big, nice, long, well, I wouldn't call them nice, but super long, fang-like nails, okay? She had a tick also. Zoning out in mid-conversation, like, quote, talking to a squirrel. And first thing she brought up was this resuscitation conspiracy story. So these details are really gold, everybody, for painting a picture of her mental and physical state while she's been incarcerated. So the chewed nails and zoning out could, obviously point to extreme anxiety, possible stimulant use while she's in jail, or just the stress of facing all those serious charges, or the stress of knowing that you murdered somebody, maybe. The fact that she immediately launches into, they resuscitated me. This story, it's very telling. It's very telling because this is a good time to talk about the fact that people will present in prison one story versus how they present themselves to the outside social media.
All right, you guys, if you do really want to watch this, go over to Moms for Justice. It's called the Mackenzie Shirilla Said Dom Had to Die. Another inmate speaks out. I am going to go ahead now and bring us to all the articles that different news outlets have been putting out. And let's read it. And I'm not even going to read that far into it. And you're going to see where this TikTok channel and what other news outlets are putting out. It don't seem to be, they're not even close to being related to each other. I mean, I've still got, probably 15 more minutes to look at this video, but you guys have got to see this. And just let me know in your comments below what you think, okay? All right, y'all, I found it. Okay, so this is just one news outlet, okay? Cafe Mom. A former inmate claims Mackenzie Shirilla confessed in prison and said Dom had to die. And then it's talking about the Ohio teen was sentenced to 15 years from the 2022 crash. So that's what that's saying right there. And then it's saying, however, according to an alleged former inmate where Shirilla is being held at the Ohio Reformatory for Women, Shirilla admitted to her crimes per Daily Mail. The inmate the inmate spilled some serious tea when it comes to how Shirilla acts behind bars and where she has allegedly said the crimes since being convicted. Now remember, this is all alleged, no facts, no evidence, no nothing's been proven. But this is where it gets interesting versus that TikTok video that Anastasia put out, where I'm just like, now my fucking head scratching like, what the hell? The TikTok video and then all these news outlets that have been putting out, and their stories have all been staying straight. And then I kept looking for a video and looking for a video before I actually posted one. Found that video, but then after reading all this, I'm like, I'm confused now. It says a woman by the name of Anastasia claimed that she was also an inmate at the Ohio Reformatory for Women and that she knew Shirilla's personality. Although it's not clear if this alleged former inmate is legit, I'm just going to, do my own language, according to the Daily Mail. She said Shirilla allegedly said Dom had to die in regards to the crash. And, in the Netflix documentary about the crime titled The Crash, there's details of Shirilla and Russo's relationship, potential issues, and how volatile it was. She said, this is what Shirilla allegedly said to the ex-inmate Anastasia, okay? Look right here. She said the devil made her do it, Anastasia also said. She said the devil was pressing on the foot. She said she wanted to make it sound like she was a little devil girl and that this was what she intended to do, like there was a reason that Dom had to die. She also claimed that during her time in prison with Shirilla, she noted that Shirilla made scrapbooks with photos of herself rather than family and friends. And on one page of the scrapbook, she had a brick wall with boom on it. There seemingly seems to be a reference to the crash claimed that those two lives of Shirilla, with the car. Now, remember, please tell me what you think in your comments below, because now I'm like totally having mixed feelings of all these articles I've been reading from news outlets putting it out to this TikTok video that Moms for Justice ran across. And I mean, obviously, and Shirilla's documentaries and everything, she's always said, I can't remember, I blacked out, I was on pots. No, I was going to say on pot, but had pots. By the way, if you have pots, you shouldn't be on pot, okay? All right. Let me know what you think in your comments below. She said that she was all about TikTok and, sentenced around prison. Like, we know Shirilla. Shirilla likes to be in front of the camera. She likes good press, bad press. She don't give a fuck. She just likes all this press. And Steve Shirilla, if you're watching right now, since I don't know you personally and I'm not in your boat, I'm the internet troll today on this Freaky Friday. And so Anastasia, who only wanted to be named just her name, she said that, Shirilla did admit that to her. Again, it's all alleged. Nothing has been proven. and we can all watch, you guys can all continue watching that video on Moms for Justice. But I also want to get in your comments below. Again, I want to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel this week. I really, really appreciate it. Just want to let you know this is just as much of your channel as it is mine. And I want to know what we should nickname our channel. I came up with just some shits and giggles, I guess you can say. And again, I'm just being laughable because of what Steve Shirilla always says. I don't know. I just came up with, what about the Troll Patrol, the Investigation Station, the Truth Seekers, the Internet Courtroom. We're just regular peoples here. We're just regular people here. I don't have no law degree. I don't have no medical degree. I have an insurance degree, okay? I'll tell you everything you want to know about insurance, home, auto, commercial, everything you want to know about all that, all day long. That's where my expertise come in. But I talk. I'm a very, very good talker. I got the gift of gab, so I'm very good at what I do, and so I do sales. I'm in the sales industry, and I've always talked a lot. I can talk to the wall if only the wall talked back. But listen, Reddit put this out. The Daily Sun put this out. So that's really my first video that I saw. So I was kind of changing things up today, doing a little bit of reaction on this, and then wanting to bring this video up, But I really would like to know in the comments below, please tell me, what do you think about these alleged new claims about what Shirilla admitted to in prison, what she's like in prison, what you think our show nickname should be. Also in comments below, let me know if there is any videos out there that you would like for me to react on, because I do read all of my comments. And again, I really want to thank everyone this week who is subscribed to my station, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And stay tuned, man. We're going to have something good to talk about tomorrow on Sassy Saturday.